Say hello to Kenzie and her boyfriend, Kenyae. Young love. She thought she was going to spend the rest of her life with Kenyae. Until this happened. She didn't see it coming. Her mom didn't see it coming. Her mom was so upset about it. She wrote a Facebook post as a cautionary tale for other young lovers and their parents. Why don't we hear what the mom has to say? This is one of the hardest posts I have ever written. And given what our family has been through the last 6 months, that's saying a lot. On Friday evening, my daughter Kenzie, on the heels of her 18th birthday, was horrifically assaulted by her boyfriend Kenyae. She had went to his house after school, as was their usual routine. She was met with anger and agitation that seemingly came from nowhere. He insisted she leave, and when she did, he called her and told her that if she wasn't back in 5 minutes, he would kill himself. She immediately rushed to the home, concerned for his safety, and after being repeatedly accused of cheating on him, she tried to leave. But after leaving, she simply wanted to let his younger brother know to keep an eye on him because Kenyae continued to threaten his own life. With her back to him, Kenyae jumped in front of her and began to unleash a physical assault so violent and vicious, I am thankful she survived. Sitting in the ER hearing the details of this attack from Kenzie was by far the most horrific thing I have ever encountered as a parent. By far. She sustained numerous bumps and bruises, along with a fractured left orbital and a TBI, traumatic brain injury, from the repeated punches, kicks, and bites to her head, neck, and shoulders. Her hands were also covered in bruises from trying to protect herself. We have been going to doctor appointments almost daily and are hopeful that all these injuries will heal in time and we will continue to work through the emotional scars. The day after the attack, the Champlain police attempted to arrest Kenyae at his home, but with the help of his family and friends, he fled the home and has since been in hiding. The police continue to look for Kenyae and keep an eye on our home. Deciding to post this experience did not come lightly. If you know me, you know I'm intensely private, and the trait has been inherited by my children as well. However, after talking with Kenzie at length, we decided we would not hide from this. This was done to her, not because of her. And although she is a victim of domestic violence, she will not be victimized by silence. Domestic violence is a cycle, and one that Kenyae has been a witness to his entire life. However, the cycle will not be repeated with our family. There are no words to feel the devastation that Kenzie feels. She loved this boy with all her heart, and she had hoped to spend the rest of her life with him. She will instead spend the next handful of years learning to love and trust again. However, I've reminded her that most men don't hit, and that Dad showed her the example of that for the 21 years we were together. As for Kenyae, he's facing 2 felony charges for the assault and for fleeing the police. We are hopeful he will be spending many more years in jail, finally being held accountable for his anger issues and actions. All we are asking for you is continued thoughts and support. Our unit is rare in its strength. When one of us is down, the rest of us pull tighter to shower them with support. Kenzie will never have to go through this alone. I will fight with her. However, hiding from what happened makes us look as though we are ashamed, and I will never allow one of my daughters to feel shame for anything that they could have neither anticipated or prevented.
Please, sir, I want some more.
If you see him, please consider him dangerous and call 911. Whenever we talk about black on white violence around here, I mean, you guys know we're on such a tightrope, a razor's edge. And so I like to try and be very careful with the words. One use I don't word around here is the word prone, because to me, prone has a futuristic connotation in it. We're not in the future business. We're not in the prediction business. We're in the happening right now business. And so when we look at Kenzie and Kenyae, we have to say, yeah, as bad as that is, this is not something that's out of the norm. Black on white violence in domestic relationships is basically, it's kind of the same as black on black violence in domestic relationships. It's like 8, 9, 10 times greater. That's 800, 900, 1,000% greater. Black on white versus black on black, or versus white on white. The level of black on white domestic violence is enormous compared to white on white domestic violence. And let's not forget what Melissa Harris Perry says about black women not reporting black rape and black domestic violence because black women know that their men are already victims of this enormous level of white racism, and turning your boyfriend or husband or whomever, if you're a witness, your neighbor, turning them in to the big bad cops for beating and raping women, well, that's just not something black people do, because that would be kind of like, well, that would be a bad thing to do. You'd be betraying your race. And let's not forget what the Huffington Post said just a couple weeks ago. Quote, black people are trained to protect the race at all costs. Unquote. That's why they don't report. That's why black women don't report rape and domestic abuse just like this. So maybe it was a surprise when that little white chick showed up in the emergency room with some cops in tow. It's like, wow, chicks don't normally report this. Black women don't normally report this. We normally get a pass on this. And so I don't know what young people or older people are supposed to do when you find yourself in this situation where the odds are against you. The heart wants what the heart wants, even if that does make the black kids angry.